Do you remember when we casted the first few games of Holoroth when it first came out and there was an absolute massacre of fights that happened in trios? I mean, it was just back to back to back to back to back. Aggression, fighting, pushing, fighting, reveals, fighting, resurrections, fighting, more resurrections, more fighting, more resurrections, and then fighting. It was so much impact back and forth. It was absolutely massive. So now, even with that one, they're still going to be able to rotate this around. We need to get immediate footage on the inside because I'm trying to see how drastic and how insane this is going to be. I need for them to be aggressive, and I need to go in. They need to go into this absolutely fast as possible. I am ready. Bring it.
Yeah, 17JL here already hunting down the members of the Wolfpack here as they've been able to secure one elimination. AS coming in over here onto Choice, just putting him in the corner here. Ben Chu and AS telling Choice, hey, look, I need you to take a time out. But AS going to get picked up as it looks like BBE shows up to come in now for the third party. And 17JL down to a single member left alive after they aggressively try to hunt down the members of the Wolfpack here. High also down as a solo member here as BBE gives chase. BBE off to another strong start here with at least 4 eliminations. They're about going to go to 5, if not 6, as they find out 17JL's Ben Chu as well. No, sorry, that's going to be 4 eliminations. It looks like both Wolf, 17JL were able to get at least one of those eliminations out of there. TM being caught out early once again here. It looks like many of these teams have adapted to TM strategies from day one. What a charge left click out of those dual blades. TM's Pappy able to turn it around onto the likes of Fun plus Phoenix. What in the world did I just watch? What HP in a dream? Pappy says, I'll do it all, chat.
They was able to put that down and then absolutely shut it down, making it so much harder for everybody else to be able to do anything. Good googly moogly. They shut that one down. They were able to do so much more than what they needed to, and they made it look so nice. Meanwhile, Moore is trying to fight this out with J-Team. J-Team is catching Sissy in a corner here, and it's not looking good as he's going to be able to finally try to see if he can get out of it, but it's not going to be enough as ZK and Lee are going to be able to do what they need to as they're going to push in and try to catch Eagle, and it looks like they will.
Yeah, what a huge engagement there for Team TM. To be able to turn that around, Pampy just flips the entire script onto Fun plus Phoenix with those dual blades. That is one for the highlight reel for sure. So we take a look over to WBG here, who's opting for a slower game here. And quite honestly, WBG can play any way they want to these next 2 games. They have such a dominating lead in first place. There's no way any team could ever potentially knock them down into the bottom 8 of these 24 teams, right? It just can't happen. They've put up so many points. So WBG can afford to play a nice slow game. They can go take in the scenery. They can get some nice loot. BBE going to catch out Ryan over here. Tryhard going to go down to the boys of BBE here, who have picked up 5 eliminations for themselves. Looking for their 6th. They do find Pooby, but TM's Akami comes in and picks up Raffin. And TM here, man, they're hungry. They're not happy about their performance in the first 2 games today. Going to slide right in onto BBE. BBE going to slip away here with, I do believe, a Wuchen ult. And TM just going to keep things rolling. They are looking... Yeah, I mean, look, they're looking to repeat their day one, where in the last couple of games they come in and just absolutely have dominating performances here. TM, pretty safe in terms of their positioning. The odds of them being knocked into the bottom 8 and not being able to go from the group stage to the grand finals, very, very low. That said, they still want to have good games today. It's their one opportunity here on the big pro stage, so to speak, outside of their own region to make some noise. So they don't want to end up not making said noise. Pampy trying to get the slam down here. Doesn't look like going to be able to. XCG, of course, coming in for the third party, kind of putting a little bit of wrinkle into their plans here. J-Team following it up with a 4th party of their own. TM really unfortunate for them here, as there's not a whole lot that they can get away with all of these teams coming in. BLD showing up for the 6th party as well, turning it on to J-Team. J-Team going to be forced to use the Wuchen ult. A lingering member here of Team TM and BBE still floating around. TM trying to get away as BBE wants to turn a little bit of revenge onto TM. BBE has been able to either get their members back or gone to the Soul Altars for a little bit of a salty run back here. And TM, this player, just trying to hold it together here. Not going to be able to as J-Team shows up. But BBE Snack able to pick up an elimination onto J-Team's Lee while they're hyper-focused on picking up the elimination off of TM. ZK using that ult to lethal effect here as they pick up Rathan, but ZK goes extremely low, and Asbon not going to allow them to get away for even a moment. Snack going to come in and pick up another elimination onto J-Team as Eagle also gets sent back to the Soul Altar, and J-Team going to be sent all back to the Soul Altar here as BBE now giving chase to XCG, and BBE really trying to do what they've been doing all day, trying to capitalize on a strong early game, but XCG coming in, NiHQ with a massive Yodel, picks up 2 of the members of BBE. BBE down to a single member left remaining alive. BLD coming in for the third party now, and it is just third party central on this side of the map as fight after fight after fight breaks out, Dobby.
Even with that one, though, XCG still able to hold it together as best as they can. BBE eliminated, but they still have another shot. But look at it, 9 eliminations so far, but they've been in this space before. They cannot risk another early elim like they've done so far. They still have 43.6 points, but it's not going to be enough here as they're still not even cracking the top 10. So they're going to need to do a little bit more and possibly play more smart than they are being super uberly aggressive. As now we're going to be able to work towards this and figure this out here. Let's see if they're going to be able to rotate this in towards it, as the Tornado is going to be able to push in towards this one, as Wolfshoe Choice is going to be able to push in and get the Monk to be pointed out towards this. Let's see if he's going to be able to get the grab, though. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to, as Lao Wang is going to be able to hit massive damage onto it, as Ku is going to get grabbed. He's going to grab the second, gets the double slam and the double finish on both sides. You love to see it. Great call coming in as Wolfyu is going to be able to pick up their team. Man, Wolfyu is going to be able to claim some eliminations just with the skin of their teeth because they were pretty low.
Yeah, the Wolfpack here able to put in some eliminations onto the board. The big question being is, like, where have they been all day, right? You know, they've not really been able to put out the same amount of points that they were in day one. And to be honest, at the end of the day, I think there can only be one team of Wolves, and Team Wolves definitely performing better than Wolf U. So Wolf U's got a lot of work to do if they want to stay in that top 16 and go beyond the group stage. BBE here finding themselves caught out by Orion. Asbon completely by himself. I'm not sure where the rest of BBE is. Snack to the other side, but Orion not wanting to push in here, worried about being punished from behind, and smart decisions as VL Creditor finds himself caught out by the likes of VL here. King landing a massive hit with that Yodohime ultimate, but the problem is Orion is sandwiched between these two teams, making them the target for both of these teams. So it's essentially a 6v3 if you think about it. BBE's turn their attention
That's
over
also not
to
good.
VL.
You don't want to be a part of that, though.
No, you don't want any part of that, right? You really don't want to be in the middle of that sandwich. And VL and BBE now engaged with each other because Orion has backed off, but it doesn't look like Orion's going to get the opportunity to take a fight. As we take a look over in the realm of Yang, it looks like a team is waiting in the wings here. VL going to go down to BBE, and it is WBG waiting to see if anybody is going to show up. And is this... No, okay, I thought it was just 2 members of WBG in the realm for a second, and I was like, that's just a smidge cocky on the part of WBG, but it looks like all 3 of them are. BBE here, having a very, very explosive game for themselves. 12 eliminations under their belt, and they haven't died to a third party like they typically do in the middle game. This could be the game that Bamboo Esports has been looking for all day. All right, Fun plus Phoenix going to come in, immediately monk up. We see the 2 monks come out. The question is, do we see the Terracotta Warriors? We're going to see Fun plus Phoenix go ahead and utilize theirs. And if I'm not mistaken, WBG running Takeda instead. Yes, they are. So they are going to be running that Takeda here into the team comp. So they don't have the Terracotta Warrior, but they are keeping LYD busy here with their Takeda, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. FunPlus Phoenix's TXJ goes very low, does get the D-Transform off, finds himself taking a ton of damage to that armor immediately. Jing will find the uppercut aerial into it, though, and WBG finds themselves in a 3v2 now off the back of their Takeda, putting in absolute work. LYD going to get picked up, and it's all going to come up. WBG, God, these guys are machines here in the last couple of days. WBG just can't seem to miss in terms of the world championship. These boys are hungry, Dobby.
Absolutely hungry. And like I said before, like, you know, we said it before, I love to see these teammates absolutely just going in for these eliminations. Like I said, even with BBE, I think that you still have to play this smart. And I'm hoping that they have the opportunity to do more, but you also have to be careful because teams like BBE has been struggling to get into the late game because of the simple fact that they have been getting very aggressive and then they get eliminated not even halfway through the turn, not even halfway through the game. They end up at least getting in the top 10, but obviously look at where they're placed. They're not even in top 10 overall. So they have to be able to play this smart. Meanwhile, WBG has an astounding lead of a 155 at 17 JL is not even at a 130.
Yeah, WBG, like I said, these last two games, here's the big difference for them. They don't have to play hyper aggression. They can literally play these next two games however they want, and they're guaranteed at this point to go to the grand finals for the World Cup, right? Obviously, they want to put on as good a show as possible. They obviously want to get those MVPs. They want to pick up that extra money, but they could afford to have two really bad games here and be okay. So they don't need to try to go into the final circle with, you know, double-digit eliminations or something crazy like that. Just putting up consistent points. They're maintaining a 30-point lead in that first place position. They can just play comfortable Naraka here. There's no pressure on WBG at this particular moment. Now, obviously, once we get to grand finals, that's completely different, right? It's all reset. WBG has to come back in and do the thing. But right now, these guys they've just played good, clean Naraka to the point it doesn't really matter for them in these next two games. They can feel out their opponents. They can take things nice and slow, and they can figure out what these other teams are doing wrong. They can kind of use these games as scouting games, if you will. They can engage on maybe teams in ways they haven't before. Oh my God. Xiaonan going to take a ton of damage on the end of that repeating crossbow, and we're going to see XCG immediately pop that Wu Chen ult. And FunPlus Phoenix looking to pressure in here onto the team. That said, XCG has two ults waiting in the wings, and we saw FunPlus Phoenix burn at least one of theirs during this. So I don't know if they have two. They at least have their monk transformation, as we can see onto TXJ here. Xiaonan getting caught out again, though, before they ever get the opportunity to pop the ultimate. Now FunPlus Phoenix has a massive advantage. NiHQ used their ultimate already, so they would be grabbable, but they were forced to cancel it. They actually get grabbed out here as they get shoved to the side, and now NiHQ gonna be eliminated, and it looks like XCG down to a single member left alive, but BLD coming in with the third party. Very unfortunate for FunPlus Phoenix is they actually ended their monk ult trying to go ahead and start building rage back up. They did not expect the third party, though, so BLD going to capitalize on the fact that that's immediately gone, and they're going to pick up LYD, leaving FunPlus Phoenix with only two members, or sorry, a single member left remaining alive. It looks like they were able to get two members. XCG's Ling HQ going to come back through as OUG giving chase here, and Ling X10 trying to get BLD and OUG to go head-to-head here to buy himself some distance, but OUG not really having any of it at the moment. They really want to pick up this elimination on the solo player. They're not looking to engage BLD just yet, and Ling X10 not having the luck he was hoping for here when he ran OUG back into this enemy team, and unfortunate for him.
Yeah, OUG getting juggled like an absolute, just inside of an absolute circus here. So many circus balls and oranges just getting thrown around. I thought they were about to make orange juice out of them.
I mean, look, man, they put that boy in the blender. They went ahead and made a smoothie, not juice. They just made a smoothie out of Ling X10. We take a look at the map here. We're gonna see BBE looking ahead over here and head into one of those realms of Yang, and a lot of people over towards the very middle of the map, also trying to contest all of that one realm getting ready to come through. WBG being one of them, TM being one of them, J-Team being one of them, and it looks like it's going to be WBG going head-to-head with BBE. This is the best worst outcome for BBE here. They want to keep WBG from putting more points on the board, and if they can win this Realm of Yang, it sets them up to win this game and walk away the MVPs. The problem is WBG is on a roll, and this might be the worst possible opponent for the team comp that BBE has. This Transformer comp with the Takeda actually going to put in a lot of work here. Asbon getting caught out here. Rathan going to be forced to frost up, so they don't get grabbed down. Asbon does go down, and sure enough, this comp is actually going to prove very difficult for BBE to overcome as WBG starts putting in the work. They don't get the slam back onto Rathan, but Rathan does find themselves caught up in the Wisp, and that is going to be enough for them to pick up both of the eliminations as WBG comes back out on top once again. They have basically a 100% win rate in the Realm of Yang. I would love to get a statistic on that if somebody could go back and check, but I think WBG has not lost a single Realm of Yang to date here in the World Championship. GD's Dongqing getting caught out here by the likes of Team TM. TM uncharacteristically letting Dongjing get much further away than they usually do. This has been the problem with Team TM today, is typically they catch somebody like Dongqing out of position like this, and they never let him have the chance to get away. They'll lock him down with triple grapples and eliminate him very quickly, and then get back on the hunt. Today, we have seen TM have to chase these stragglers super far, and they're spending a lot of time doing it, and they're unable to grow that point lead as fast as they usually have been. OUG here, trying to go head-to-head with the likes of BBE. BBE needs to pick up a victory here as they are on that timer, but Asbon getting picked up by the Monk once again. And again, this comp very much a struggle for the likes of BBE right now. The double grab comes out. That's going to be it. And once again, BBE has the opportunity to have a massive game. They had 12 eliminations before Zone 3 a second time, and they let themselves get eliminated in the middle of the game without any sort of bonus to all of those points that they were able to pick up. TM over here finally able to chase down the straggler there, Dongqing from GD, but they had to go deep into the zone, and the question is will it cost Team TM as we turn over to BLD, who pick up one of 17 GL stragglers, AS, and Benchu left alone here in game number 5.
Looks like it too as well here, as Benchu is going to be by himself, sadly, in this space. Really having a tough time here, and absolutely been working towards it as best as they can here. Let's see if they're going to be able to rotate this around. They've been all over the place here, doing what they need to, and now still working towards this same space. Oliver, BLD, and the rest of his team going to be hiding inside of this bush here, trying to hold it as best as they need to here. Just trying to play smart. WBG doing what they need to here. J-Team with 11 eliminations so far. They have been playing their absolute heart out. Let's see if they can keep it together here as ASE. They've still around the bend, but they don't have a whole lot of eliminations here. They're going to have to figure it out. At least from what I see on this list, though. And the overall. ASE towards that space here. Let's see if they can work towards this one, as Hazy, Jin, and Alex are going to be able to do it. Yeah, they only have one elimination on their belt here. Very surprised performance coming in from ASE. Maybe they realize it's time for them to slow themselves down, focus on maybe end game, but only have one elimination. So let's see what happens, though. Still going to be able to rotate around this one as well. But XCG eliminated. Wolfew eliminated. BBE eliminated. Look at like we said before, that aggression sometimes can actually come back to bite you on the behind. 12 eliminations, 13.7 for the game score. Fantastic, but they're eliminated. They don't get no placement points. They might get a 0.5, possibly. But even then, that's still not going to be a whole lot. Either war. TM is going to be able to rotate this around. His Benchu is going to be all the way around this as well. He's going to need to play this in. Oh no, it looks like Jin might have spotted him. His Benchu is going to have to run as best as he can. He's going to have to maneuver him as best as he needs to, but it's not going to be helpful. He's going to have to maneuver this, and it looks like he's just going to be running around the entire bend, trying to just break the ankles of this entire team by themselves. The grapple is going to be able to connect as Heisey is going to just slowly catch him little by little. Benshu's trying to play the mind games of movement with this game here, trying to see if he can find it. He ends up scaling one of the walls here. I'm curious where Benshu. Oh no, I don't know exactly what he thought he was going to do. Maybe he didn't think we were going to find him, but it's not going to make it easy as he does end up parrying Alex though. Beautiful timing, though, to see if maybe he can be able to get something to possibly connect, but it's not going to be enough here. He's going to have to battle the dance of death right in front of all three of these teams of ASE. ASE is going to keep the same aggression right in front of Benshu, and Benshu is going to get finished and eliminated. The full team of 17 JL, sadly, is going to get eliminated. ASE didn't give him enough of a chance to try to rotate and get anything more of a finish. I don't know what he thought he was going to do, scaling the wall and just sitting there. I thought he was going to keep going, so I'm very surprised. Maybe he was trying to scale and he missed his opportunity.
Well, the thing is when you're trying to escape a team like this, right? He comes through. He knows they didn't see him go through the door. He's waiting to see what Ace is going to do, right? The problem with it consistently being on the move is you potentially give yourself away after you've gotten away. He took 2 different turns, jumps up on the wall, and plays the waiting game. He has to see if ASE maybe thinks he went to the right instead of going to the left when he takes that corner there, and wait to see what they're going to do before he can respond. If you just keep it moving, you're making noise the entire time. You're giving yourself kind of away there. That said, I think he had some better options. There's a lot of those double doorways, and you can actually grapple up to the roof, and it's very dark in between those doors, right? The odds that ASE was going to go to the door to the right or left and look up when they're in that tiny little gap between the 2 doors is very, very low. Sticking to just that one wall, maybe hoping for a little too much there, but he did keep it moving. He played it as right as he thought he could there. The thing is he had to wait to see what they were going to do. He waited a little too long to make a decision whether he was going to move again or not. And once the grapple came out and hit him, he didn't have the opportunity to scale rush. He needed to keep his eyes peeled, wait for them to come over the top, and before they have the opportunity to grapple, to then scale rush and go play the game of whack-a-mole again until he's able to slip away. But unfortunately, it just doesn't play out that way. And sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes the other player sees you before you see them, even when you're on high alert. And it's very, very hard to slip away from a team when you're a solo and you've got a trios chasing you. There's just so much grapple stun lock that can come through. It's very hard for some of these players, even at the pro level. We taking a look here. OUG kind of up top here. Very interesting. We're down to 24 players left alive. It's zone 4. There's a lot of maps still here. It is collapsing onto zone 5, so a lot of that map going to go away. So some of these teams are going to be forced together very, very soon. Ace's Alex sitting up here taking shots with the musket, trying to see what kind of eliminations they can go ahead and pick up here. And we're going to see Jin on the backside taking a little bit of damage as another team tried to push in on them, but they are able to get the reset here. H-Zilly or Hazy taking some shots from down range, but going to take a reset as well. And Aces sees the team vacate a space that they think is much more vital to them. So they're going to go push towards that. Team TM over here, they do have 6 eliminations under their belt. A kind of a slow game for the likes of Team TM as they are getting pushed in on as well. They need to be very careful as they look for this reset. They can't afford to try to go into the house as there is no exit on the front side. They're going to be forced to take some of that zone tick. WBG Sleepwalker here actually lands the grab onto ASE's Alex. Unfortunately, Jing misses the dagger uppercut to get the damage off, but they are able to follow it up and PP able to get the elimination before Alex can get up and try to make their escape. WBG playing a really good game here. 8 eliminations. Once again, J team with 10 eliminations, the only team over top of them, and WBG just playing a slow, careful game of Naraka. They don't really need to take risks right now. They've already had their big pop-off games. They just need to play good, clean Naraka. That's exactly what they're doing. TM, once again, on the outside edge of the zone here. Kami trying to buy a little bit of space for Pampy and their other teammates so that they can get some heals off as J-Team moves towards the inside to find a reset of their own. We're going to see NV here with quite the good gear here between all of them as they're able to pick up some legendaries. They're going to drop a legendary flamer there on the ground. He's got a legendary cannon as we turn our attention now to Team TM, BLD, and J-Team going head to head.
Meanwhile, all the way through this space here, Pampy trying to hold on into this middle ground, ends up dropping down as J-Team all the way towards the middle here, all the way up with the lead of 11 points here. Let's see if they're going to be able to rotate this. BLD is inside of the building here. The circle's going to start slowly closing in. We got about 6 seconds left on the clock. Forcing them to move out, so they only have so much time to be able to do what they need to here. Meanwhile, Unique, the rest of their team, TM, trying to see if they can do something. Akame eliminated sadly here. Doesn't look like they'll have the time to be able to resurrect their teammate here, as Pampy is going to go all around the top and ends up getting eliminated by BLD. Absolutely decimating him as they lose one of their players as well. Is able to get the heal off as well and is going to try to push in here. Needs to try to find a tight quarter, but up top, those ricochets from the cannons are going to be able to hit some of the heals that they just made for themselves. Meanwhile, NV going to try to go for their rotations as well here. Oh man, there's still a whole lot coming on around this one. Meanwhile, Triple V with the insane Flamebringer here. The Viper ulti coming in from Double S. Meanwhile, Mines is trying to see if he can get some eliminations as well, and it looks like he shuts down the Viper. Wow. Mines is able to do what he needs to here as Mines. It looks like he's going to get eliminated too by WBG's PB with the bow shot coming through, as BK is also going to claim one as well with the cannon. The cannon has been doing an absolutely amazing job, and Fun Plus Phoenix here to do it again with the 5 eliminations thus far. Still has a chance as TXJ actually is going to be able to go outside of this one. He's possibly going to lose a little bit of his HP, but that's okay. The circle spread is still very, very wide all around this space here to do what they need to. Mulch ult comes through on the middle section here as Fun Plus Phoenix and NV are in the middle of their fight. J-Team right on the front side and WBG way on the other side of the cannon. Mr. BK trying to see if he can get a grab, and he does get one. The question is, can he get a second? Could be absolutely massive as he does end up getting the throwdown, and Triple V does get eliminated. Crazy, crazy timing and beautiful grabs coming through as Mr. BK able to do what he needs to inside of this final circle here. The ulti coming through, trying to halt the rest of the team here. Meanwhile, on the outskirts, TXJ able to do another section, trying to see if he can get some grabs coming in on the other side. It's going to be a lot harder knowing that there's so much terrain in front. 21 seconds left as circle number 6 is going to start closing in very, very soon here. This is going to be a very interesting final circle here. J-Team leading the pack with 12 eliminations, 2 players alive. WBG full squad, 10 deep, 10 eliminations deep. Fun Plus Phoenix, 2 players, 6 eliminations. Envy full squad with 6 eliminations. OUG sadly does get eliminated, not fully, but 1 player left on his team, and NV have the full squad still available here. The numbers that you play with this is very, very vital going into this, as Numaji is going to be able to push in on a full another team. NV trying to fight this out inside, right in between where both of the tents are here. LYD trying to go through the maneuvers, trying to keep it alive here. ZK is going to find nice hits on a TXJ. TXJ going to be able to throw down the bell and try to get some defenses happening. Meanwhile, Mr. BK all the way down low, trying to do a little bit of some healing as Triple V and Fun Plus Phoenix are trying to hold on as best as they can. They don't need to force anything if they don't have to. Meanwhile, J-Team and Envy on the right side trying to do something. WBG Sleepwalker with that bow trying to create something, as both monks are going to be able to come through and shoot out as best as possible here. They're not going to give any more chances for anybody to try to hold on, knowing that the rest of the circle is going to be on the far side and it's going to be in a wide open area space, and he ends up getting a double grab, stopping one of the players from demonking and starting his spree as the Sleepwalker is going to find the next sets of grabs if he can. Is able to get the first throw and he gets it, and he nabs one of the players, Umaji. The question is, can he get a second? Yes, he does, and he ends up getting a double yet again. The Wushin is going to be able to take them out of the recession as best as they can here. Meanwhile, Sleepwalker coming through with 4 eliminations, coming through massively with what they can here. Is exactly what he needs to. His LYD is going to be dangerously low, hitting it with the Terracotta Warrior. Meanwhile, Hong is going to be up top with that Flamebringer. Not enough to be able to get really any further and with it, but he is able to get something, and Sleepwalker is going to be able to claim another. WBG is on an absolute whirlwind spree and going absolutely insane as they're going to be able to get the next grab, and the elimination is Sleepwalker is going to claim another. They were 16 eliminations deep. That is 17 kills coming in from the WBG squad, and it shines red all over this stadium. PP, Jing, Sleep.
Because they stay in the jar.